He's ready for you now, Doctor.
Let's open them up. Scalpel. Are you looking at me, Dino?
We're losing adrenaline now.
You'll never amount to anything, Pirate.
Everybody clear! You scum!
We've lost him.
Welcome to Gamesmaster, the show that takes the competitiveness of 15 to 1, the drama of Brookside, and the humour of Whose Line Is It Anyway, puts them all on the line and says, bog off, we can do better ourselves. And over the next 25 3/4 minutes, we're going to prove it. Last Friday, Nintendo's ultra-secret Ultra 64 console came out to play in Tokyo. The bad news was many of the games on show were still far from ready, but Mr. Good News was still pulling on his trousers, as these shots indicate. We'll have a full report on the staggering Ultra 64 later on in the show. Saturn owners rejoice! Many so-called exclusive PlayStation titles are being converted for your machine, including Destruction Derby and Wipeout, once voted #1 reason to buy the Sony machine. Top PlayStation beat-em-up Toshinden was also released last week in Japan for the Saturn with an extra fighter and intro animations. A comparison of the two versions reveals the Saturn surprisingly adept at matching the PlayStation's much touted graphic capabilities.
3, 2, 1, action!
Still keeping middle-aged Americans off the street is Robot Wars. The second year of the event in California recently saw 20 remote-controlled robots go head-to-head in a series of fight-to-the-death rounds to find the toughest robot alive. Designers used a plethora of approaches, from the flamboyant to the plain stupid, but in the end the event was won by a vicious motorised bread bin.
Unanimous decision for Master!
A similar UK event is planned next year. If you're interested in taking part, watch out for the address at the end of the show. They say money is the root of all evil, although speaking as someone who has tons of the stuff, I'd have to disagree. If you have similar sufferings, then see if any of the following games are worth lightening your fiscal load for. First up on the PC, the game that was supposed to come out 47 years ago. Steven Spielberg and George Lucas co-present The Dig.
This one has a Steven Spielberg plot. Now, as graphic adventures go, they normally live or die on their plot. This seems to be slightly too serious for me.
The games that went before it, Day of the Tentacle and Full Throttle, were both very humorous and very polished. But this one just seems to have the polish without the heart, and I think as a result, it could fall flat on its face.
It's the puzzles that are going to really count, and fans of the genre aren't going to be disappointed when it comes down to that.
Next up, drive cars through bumpy roads with your arm round a lady while listening to loud rock anthems in Sega Rally on the Saturn.
The attention to detail is stunning. It runs at 40 frames per second, which is even faster than Ridge Racer. It has a 2-player split screen option, and there are things in there like customizing your car, time attacks. It's got so many options in there. Sega have really pulled their finger out on this one. This is going to be massive.
The actual gameplay itself is extraordinarily fast. The speed of the game is so astounding, it makes Ridge Racer look like your old granny driving a Reliant Robin.
On the time attack, there are hidden cars to discover, and there's a really good commentary running right through the game, warning you of tight corners coming up, whether they're left or right, so you can prepare yourself. Yep, Sega Rally is going to be a huge hit on the Saturn, and it's a very good reason to give Sega's console good consideration this Christmas.
Finally, more toys for the boys as gung-ho military types fire Freudian rockets in a psychoanalyst's dream. Warhawk on the PlayStation.
It's one of those games where you fly across great expanses of land, it's completely flat, nothing going on, and all of a sudden out of nowhere up pops an enemy building for you to shoot at. How convenient.
Now, Dave's probably of one of those shoot-'em-up mentalities that likes to shoot anything that moves. This is far more strategical than that. There's only 6 missions, although each one is split up into different sub-missions. Other than that, I don't think it's going to last too long, but it is a good game while it does.
now Father Time is prodding us towards our celebrity event. This week, it's a bit different, it's a first for us, and it's called Get That Celebrity on the Phone Now. Isolated punters, tired of sitting at home playing with themselves, are rapidly turning to the phone lines for comfort. Yes, many of the latest PC games come with modem capability, allowing modem owners to connect over the phone lines to other players and exchange in some top remote games playing shenanigans. Doom, Mech Warrior, and Screamer are all PC games that quite literally have this facility, as does the game that forms the basis of Gamesmaster's first ever modem challenge, Virtual Pool.
It's time to chalk up our tips now, as the next challenge I've prepared is on the impressive PC title, Virtual Pool. Our two contestants will be playing the 9-ball game, in which each of the first 8 balls must be potted in sequence before the final 9-ball is sunk. Whichever player sinks the 9-ball wins the game, and thus the golden joystick.
And here to take part in today's celebrity event, please welcome Melanie Yearsley. Welcome to the show, Mel.
Welcome.
Now, Mel, you've been involved in a lot of humorous stories in your life. Let's start off with one where you had the prank going wrong.
Oh yeah, that was when I was at college and I was with some friends, and to promote this party I was trying to organise, we dressed up in sort of terrorist outfits like balaclavas.
As you do.
Drove around town, you know, with these fake guns. Went to college, stormed the college, got all these flyers and stuck them on various people, and had lots of loud music playing. And I tied up a few people and had some handcuffs as well. And
I don't think we need to delve too deeply into that part of it.
you know,
no?
it was quite fun. And left, came back to college, and the head of department came in and told me that the whole of the police force in the area had put out roadblocks, and they got helicopters out as well.
Right.
Because I didn't realise there's an army base just down the road.
So what you're telling me is you're just a total delinquent?
Yeah, well, you know, that's what I
and
enjoy
you shouldn't
doing.
be trusted at all. You're quite lethal.
Yeah, that's about right.
And dangerous. Well, as top as that story is, and as fine a lady as Mel is, she's not actually technically a celebrity. We do have our celebrity here, but it's a little bit different because the first time ever we're going to be doing a challenge on the phone lines via modem. We do have Ronnie O'Sullivan on the other end of this telephone. If I pick it up, he should be there now. Hello, Ronnie.
Hello.
Hi, Ronnie. How you doing?
All right, not bad.
Listen, Ronnie, you made £285,000 in prize money, 1994-95, right?
Yeah.
That's a lot of money, isn't it?
It's all right, isn't it? It's not bad. It's not a lot after the tax man's finished with it, though.
Tell me some fantastic things you bought with that money.
Not really much, really, to be honest with you.
Didn't splash out in a flashy motor or that?
I did buy a car, but I had to sell that because I lost my licence not long ago. So
I don't think we need to delve into that. It's probably just a humorous prank that went wrong.
Yeah, that's right. But
So, any snazzy clothes on that you bought?
just a few bits and pieces, but nothing, you know, outrageous.
Just to paint a little bit of a picture for you, Ronnie, you're playing against Mel tonight. You can't see her because she's down in the studio, but
Right.
she's kind of like, looks like a funky wee clubber kind of
She
girl.
is?
She is, yeah. She's very cool, very trendy. Looks a bit like a Smurf, actually.
A Smurf?
A Smurf. I'm not sure if you've ever played against anyone who looks like a Smurf before.
No, I've never played against a Smurf before.
I mean, Stephen Hendry looks a wee bit funny, but not exactly Smurf-like.
Nah.
All right, well, listen, Ronnie, if you're hanging around there, we'll get ready to play the challenge after the break, and we'll talk to you then.
All right then, mate.
All right, thanks, Ronnie.
Bye.
OK, as I said then, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Coming back in part 2, if the telephone lines keep as they are, we will have Ronnie O'Sullivan against Dangerous Mel on the phone lines. Join us in a couple of minutes.